Welcome to a new market update in which we're going to discuss some altcoins and also some ways to look at them in terms of valuation. Should you be looking at the USDT value, or why should you be looking at Bitcoin pairs, and which ones are still very interesting to watch based on the Bitcoin and Ethereum pairs? And that's what we're going to discuss today. But before that, do not forget to subscribe beneath and also like this YouTube update, and do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and check out the website beneath where you can find all the information that you want, educational, and you can copy my trades as I'm sharing my portfolio and we are making additional trade IDs as well. When we're looking at coins right now, most of you are interested in the growth in the USD value. So you're basing your growth on that fact. However, not every time you will be having actual profits in your altcoin, and some other altcoin might be a better solution. Very simple example. If you have one Bitcoin and that Bitcoin is worth 10k, but in your portfolio you're holding one Ether, and that Ether is worth $1,000. So Bitcoin is 10k, Ether is $1,000. But your Bitcoin grows from, or the Bitcoin grows from 10 to 20k, and the one Ether you're holding grows from $1,000 to 1,500. You would say that you are making profits. However, you would have been better off by holding Bitcoin, as that one went up by 100% and you went up by 50%. So actually you have lost Bitcoin value. So what you should be doing is that you're looking at the Bitcoin pair and Ether pair to derive information whether something is undervalued compared to Ether and Bitcoin, or whether it's actually suitable for a big breakout in these two pairs, assuming that then they will be outperforming their base pairs, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'll be looking at some examples here which shows you some information regarding that. So when we're looking at that, the first one I'll take is Atom against Ethereum. Atom against Ethereum has been trending down in the past 2 years. Why? Well, Ethereum has been doing quite well. But now we can see that the trend has shifted. So what you see on the Atom pair against Ethereum is the valuation of Atom in Ethereum. So this is ETH. You can see that we've got a beautiful retest of support here. Since then we've got some beautiful consolidation and a big breakout. So when it's at support over here, it is stating that the valuation of Atom against ETH might be quite low. So either Ether is overvalued or Atom is undervalued. And when you look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, it is accelerating quite fast, consolidating right now, but many altcoins are lagging behind of one. One of them is Atom at this stage, which is currently just waking up and breaking out of this path here. So that's the first chart. You derive information, it's at support, it is most likely therefore undervalued in Ether, and therefore it's likely to break out to the upside. When we're looking at the Bitcoin pair, we already claimed that it broke out of the accumulation range. We found ourselves a resistance here, couldn't crack that yet, but it has been going sideways in the 2 years accumulation range here, through which a breakout was quite likely, as the longer something compresses, the heavier the breakout will be. And in this case, we can see that Atom made that breakout. We've had some beautiful retests, and we see that we are also making a beautiful retest right now, assuming that we'll be continuing the momentum. But based on that fact, we can see that on Ether and Bitcoin, Ether just barely broke out of a downtrend, Bitcoin broke out of an accumulation range. So it gives you argumentation that this one might be a good entry based on Bitcoin and Ether, as it might be likely that given those two pairs, it will be outperforming them both, and therefore it's a good investment opportunity right now. When we're looking at the USDT pair, it might be quite complex to derive information given the fact that it's at an all-time high. So yes, you can base your take profits on the USDT pair, but you should be using the Bitcoin and Ether pair as well, especially when the market is going into price discovery, as then it's very hard to derive take profits based on the USDT pair, and therefore you use the Bitcoin and Ether pair. Take profits should always be based on your portfolio and the percentage you have in your portfolio. But basing an entry point on the USDT pair is quite complex, and that's why you use the Bitcoin and Ethereum pair to derive all that information. Going to a few other altcoins right now, Curve against Bitcoin for instance, it is following the path of Atom at this stage. So we can see that today, once again, we've got a green candle, we've got a breakout, but it didn't really break out of this entire range construction yet. So there's still a big breakout to be happening, especially as it's been going sideways for a year. And right now it's in resistance on the Bitcoin pair. So this one is in by the dip structure right now when it comes to the Bitcoin pair. When we're looking at the Ether pair, it is beautifully retesting support, has been trending down throughout 2021. And now it's started to wake up again, starting to make higher highs and higher lows. But it's still at the lower bound of support here, based on the Ether pair. So this one is even giving you more information about the markets, that it might be a great investment opportunity based on those Ether and Bitcoin pairs. So hereby you get more information out of the multiple pairs, and therefore you are able to adjust or make a better solution or strategy for your portfolio based on that information than USDT alone. When we're looking at Chainlink, for instance, against Bitcoin, it is still trending, or it's still accumulating and slightly trending upwards. It's still in the phase that it has to break out and no impulse wave yet. So once it breaks above 7100, you probably will be seeing it. But the valuation of Link against Bitcoin is also valued quite low. When we're looking at Link against Ethereum, it is currently on support, and therefore it has been trending down heavily since September 2020. Through which a breakout seems very likely to be happening, as it's most likely undervalued towards Ethereum, and it has been lagging behind Ethereum at this stage, as Ether was the first real runner. So going through the charts, you will get information based on all those pairs. Should you be using it? Well, if you're looking at expanding your Bitcoin profits, you are solely going to focus on the Bitcoin pair, as that one gives you all the information that you need and you want to generate more Bitcoin. If you want to expand your Ether, and that is your base pair in your portfolio, you're going to look at the Ether pair. If you want to have more USDT, you're going to look at the USDT pairs, and you're also going to look at Bitcoin against USDT, as that's usually moving the USDT value of the altcoin as well. So using all of that in one, or at least try to navigate towards or through all those pairs, gives you information that might be an edge in the markets, as the valuations are quite clear then. So right now we're in the phase where altcoins are most likely going to wake up and outperform the markets in the coming months, until a big breakout of Bitcoin is going to happen, or Ether, and then we will be seeing them dropping down once again. But until then, I think you want to look at the altcoins in the Bitcoin and ETH pair to derive great opportunities, and then you can derive continuation as well on your portfolio and bullish pressure on your portfolio too, or at least a bullish outlook. So I hope this information is giving you an insight in the markets. I hope you did like it. If you did, please subscribe beneath and also like the YouTube update. I'll be back tomorrow with 2 fresh new updates. Have a wonderful day.